Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another videos. Are we gonna see Declan Rice in Manchester City next season? It's gonna be a nightmare for the rest of the Premier League clubs because Manchester City trying to sign Declan Rice by competing against Arsenal. It is a worrying news for Arsenal and the rest of the Premier League teams because Manchester City is so good at the moment and they are trying to add another quality and world-class midfielder into their teams. How can we other 19 teams compete against Manchester City in the Premier League? I can see a way. I can see one way to compete against Manchester City. Okay, this is coming from the Athletic. David was saying, of course, he's reported that Manchester City expected to make opening offer for Arsenal target Declan Rice. On Thursday. Okay, today is Thursday. On Thursday, Arsenal had a club record proposal worth up to £90 million, comprising a 75 million fees and 50 million in add-ons, turned down by their Premier League rival earlier this week. But it is believed Arsenal are getting closer to a fee that West Ham are aiming to achieve if their captain is to depart. So, Declan Rice to Manchester City. If this deal can be done by Manchester City in any day, in any moment, it is a nightmare for the other Premier League teams. There is no way you're gonna win Premier League you're gonna win the Premier League title by passing Manchester City. When you look at Manchester City this season, they won treble. They won the Premier League, they won the Champions League, and they won FA Cup, and they are trying to add like a Gvardiol from the Leipzig, Declan Rice from the West Ham United. How are you gonna compete against this team? This team is trying to do and trying to do the other clubs can't. We need to investigate. Premier League, you have to investigate Manchester City for the 150 charges. Otherwise, this team is going to cook for the next 1 decade. So a decade. Think about it. They won't travel this season, and they are trying to add Gvardiol in their defense alongside Nathan Ake, Akanji, and then Ruben Diaz, and then you are trying to add Declan Rice in the midfield or John Stone, and then Rory, Kevin Phillips, and the rest of the players. So how are you going to compete against Manchester City in the Premier League? You might win against Manchester City head-to-head. Arsenal might have a chance to win against Manchester City when they face head-to-head against in Emirates Stadium, or Liverpool gonna have a chance to win against Manchester City head-to-head at Anfield, or Manchester United, or Chelsea, or Newcastle. But you cannot compete on a long term. You cannot compete for the whole season because Manchester City have numerous players on their bench who have a quality and who can compete against first team players in the rest of 19 teams. When you look at the Mahrez is a bench player for Manchester City, but he can become a starter in any team on the right wing. That's a fact because Mahrez is that good, but he's not good enough to become like a starter in the Manchester City teams. So that is how good they are. That is how much they have a quality player. So there is no way you can now win against Manchester City when you are trying to compete winning Premier League title next season. That is how they are planning to dominate the Premier League. Everybody says a Premier League is the hardest league in the world, and Manchester City is ruling the next the past 7 years. When you look at the 6 year, Manchester City won 5 of the Premier League, and then they won in 3 straight seasons. How are you going to compete against these teams? And they are trying to sign Declan Rice and Gvardiol into their teams. There's no way you're gonna compete against Manchester City. It's madness. That's why I say they have 150 charges, right? So why can't the Premier League start trying to investigate? Why can't they? Why can't they starting to investigate? They won't just travel. This is disgrace for football. You know, and then they're trying to say that Premier League is the hardest league in the world and Manchester City won all the season. How are you gonna compete against Manchester City if Declan Rice joined Manchester City? I think Manchester City gonna get Declan Rice because if they are serious, okay, and they know how to do the business, okay. So Arsenal's Edu doesn't know how to do the business, right? And Manchester United Manchester have no chance to sign Declan Rice because we got no money, right? And then Manchester City, okay, the West Ham United is demanding like 120 million pounds for Declan Rice. Manchester City have enough money to pay for that, but I don't think they will pay that amount of money. They're gonna be like offering like 70 million plus Kevin Phillips to make a deal. So it's gonna be great for West Ham. They're going to get like a Diane Levy defensive midfielder, and then they're gonna get another 70 million pounds. How great it would be! I think Manchester City gonna try to offer like Kevin Phillips plus like 70 million pounds because it's gonna be undeniable offer for West Ham United. They're going to get the numerous amount of money. They're gonna get another quality midfielder for West Ham United, not the quality midfielder for like Manchester City. That's why I think Premier League have to start investigate Manchester City's 150 charges. Okay, so Declan Rice to Manchester City. If they are serious, I don't see Arsenal are winning this race to sign for Declan Rice. I don't see a way. So what do you think about this transfer situation? Do you actually think Manchester City are gonna get Declan Rice in this summer? Make sure on the comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.